bar, get cozy.
Get cozy, that's right.
There you go.
Lovely. Alright.
Good
so
health.
Yes, to you,
Cheers.
my friend.
To us.
To
To the
us.
future.
Yes.
To being in bed and drinking beer.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
That's the best.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Peter Knox. This is Cheating Hearts. Introduce yourselves, guys.
You do.
Yeah, I'm Stu Black from the Cheating Hearts.
And I'm Vali. I'm the drummer. I play drums.
That's Viva Valley.
Very hard.
And we spend our time in bed drinking beer.
That's what we do.
Yeah. That's why we met.
Through a weird website. We're in Edinburgh because you guys are going to be playing a show tonight
Yeah.
in Leith.
And his band as well. The Bucky Rage.
Oh.
The famous and fabulous Bucky Rage. Yes, yes.
Yeah. So you're doing, but you're not just here. You've not come all the way from Germany, St. Pauli, just for this. What else are you up to?
Well,
Actually, we came because of this.
well, not just because of this. Actually, tomorrow we have a little tour, a weekend tour actually. So today we're playing in Edinburgh with the fabulous Bucky Rage.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow then it's going to be Glasgow with the fabulous Bucky Rage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's it. And then Monday we're back to work really.
Well,
Yeah.
that's it. Wow,
Yeah.
it's just a Scottish
Sadly.
tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
It's a
a
small
weekend
tour.
thing.
Oh,
A
cool.
wee tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We tour. But you've toured all of the UK before. Last time you were all over the place, weren't you?
We did a few more. Yeah.
Liverpool, was it?
Yeah, that's
And
it. Liverpool. we did
London.
Liverpool, London. Yeah.
Brighton.
Brighton also and
Birmingham.
Birmingham. Yes.
Leicester.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys get around.
Sometimes.
We try.
Yes.
We try. Yeah.
You've been to some quite exotic places, haven't you?
Well, yeah, been around a bit.
We've been in Poland
Oh.
and Israel.
How'd you
Is
end up
it-
in
is it-
Israel?
And did you know we're going to Japan?
No way!
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
five
amazing.
gigs there.
Oh,
Are you gonna come back?
I don't
Let's see
think so.
about that. Let's see about that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
How's that happened?
I just, you know, Valley's been to Japan before on holiday. She really liked
Yeah,
it. I've
on
always wanted to
holiday.
go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So.
And it's crazy.
we just-
Cool and crazy. Crazy in a good way.
Yeah.
Like, we like it. And we thought that it would be a lot of fun to play there. When I was there, I've seen Dead Elvis over there playing with some Japanese garage bands. It was a fun night. And yeah, we just thought, well, we could ask. If they don't want it, then
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'd like to say that the label paid the tour for us,
Oh.
but no, unfortunately.
Oh.
they didn't. No, I'd like to say that.
Yeah. Yeah. It'd be
Yeah.
nice to say.
But it wouldn't be nice to say that. No, but no. We organised it ourselves really. So it's like
Just gotta finance it and
That's
get
it.
over.
finance the flights and that's it really. I guess.
They're gonna love you.
I hope so. I hope
Yeah,
so.
so-
Yeah, we're gonna love them.
Because crowds generally do love you, don't they? I would
Um,
say that like it's a very different setup to most bands, and like people find it fascinating. I think.
Okay. Yeah.
I think people are just like, oh,
But it is you know, 2-man band or 2-person band is, you know, something special, I guess, really, because people expect at least a bass player, so that's sort of quite special. And also having a girl on drums is also something quite special, I guess.
Oh,
So
Yeah,
I mean,
wow.
there are some
Yeah, but-
there's some other
of course
other
there are,
bands.
yeah, of course, but it's not
Well,
usual
uh,
really.
Yeah, it's not. It's
So-
general. It's true.
Sometimes you renew your wedding vows on stage. That's happened. That's very unusual.
Well, yeah. Every time we play, it's you know, we say we've just got married, you know, and we're actually playing our own wedding gig.
We have a new special, but we couldn't bring it. But sometimes we do. We have an old caravan now. It's from 1977, and we
Renovated it.
renovated it, and the inside is now a mobile wedding chapel. So sometimes we go, when we were at a Danish festival, and we took the caravan with us, and while we were playing on stage, the caravan was next to the stage, and people could line up and go inside and get married in there. That was fun.
Yeah.
Wow.
People liked it.
All
Yeah.
in the name of love. You get
In the name of
a
love.
certificate,
Yeah.
a rock and roll wedding, and yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
You could go back next year with a divorce caravan and
Yeah.
really clean up.
Yeah, we also do divorces though, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
The whole thing.
But usually people want to believe in love.
Yeah, I think that's something that gets forgotten about, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A little bit. So there's two of you, and it just seems so right, doesn't it? You don't need bass players, do you?
Well, no.
Well, no one listens to the bass
no.
anyway, do they? Really?
Well, I mean, bass is okay, but it works without, you know. So
Yeah.
it's a minimal thing, you know. So it's the sort of trash minimal thing, and yeah, it works.
What music did you first love growing up?
Oh God, I've been through a lot of things, but it's always been sort of the R&B type of thing, or sort of rock and roll trashy thing, I guess. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, the Cramps. First of my sort of garage and rock and roll albums I bought was Raining Sound. You know them?
No.
There's the guy from one of the Oblivions is doing
Alright.
this band, and
Eric, isn't it?
Eric.
I don't know. Whatever.
Sorry if I messed it up, but
Sorry, Eric.
yeah.
Or it
Eric
was.
or whoever, but I like your music. Every album was just great. Yes, it is. Yeah, that's they are cool, and but yeah, I mean, I like also some 77 punk and yeah, garage bands of our times. Bucky Rage is one of my favorite bands.
Yeah, one of the
You
best.
know them maybe.
I've heard they're alright.
And yeah, well.
But I mean, when you're growing up, you surely weren't listening to all that cool
when I
stuff.
grew
No,
up,
that's
I
awesome.
listened to horrible music.
Oh, right,
Yes.
okay.
I had one of these where we have this. It's called Bravo magazine, and you could in each magazine there was one poster, and you could put them together, and then you had we called it Starschnitt. So you had to buy all the 25 magazines, and then you could tape them all together, and then you could put Take That on your door. And I did that.
Really?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So I listened to Take That, and Bon Jovi. I'm sorry. I didn't know it better. I came from a small town, and my parents also didn't give so much about music, so I luckily met the right people who introduced me to good music.
Well, it's interesting because
And,
you work down the docks, don't you? Like that guy in the Bon Jovi song.
What?
Oh
Is
yeah.
that a Bon Jovi song with someone working down at the docks?
Oh my God, yeah, you're right.
When it starts. You know that
Yeah,
one?
yeah, of course, that's right. Yeah, I suppose maybe he's thinking about me. No, yeah. Also, when I was a kid, I liked Dr. Feelgood.
Oh yeah.
I loved that album, Stupidity, and it's always the older kids listening to that, and also getting into AC/DC. But that's when I was a bit older, and when I listening to the radio, there used to be a radio show called Rockola, and it was like this 50s rock and roll stuff, 50s pop stuff. But I really like that, and that's the way I sort of got in there. But I also liked, sort of. My first instrument was bass, so I was really into sort of the sort of funky stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Bootsy Collins, Level 42.
Wow.
That was you used to slap it bass, and that was it.
Yeah. I bought a compilation of 50s music. It was one of the first things I bought. Bill Haley and all that sort of stuff, and it's just really immediate and stuff like that, and it kind of does grab you, and you can listen to it every day for a few years before you can afford to buy another cassette.
Yeah.
and it's fine.
But it does something to you, doesn't it? If you're like 13 or 14 and you listen to this music,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it does, and it leaves a mark behind somehow.
Yeah.
Although I don't listen to that stuff, anymore, really. Or,
No.
I still like it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found out today that my son, who's at school, he took aside two of his teachers today to sing them "Ring of Fire" by Johnny Cash.
Oh really?
Yeah.
He sang it to them.
Yeah.
Oh
He
wow.
was just like, can I just have a wee moment?
Oh, wow.
And then he sang it to them. Yeah.
Wow.
So obviously doing
Good,
something
good.
right.
Yeah, there you go.
suppose.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
How old is he now?
He's 5.5.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah. So just the sort of right age for shooting people just to
Yeah,
watch them die and
yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. So have you? Where are you at with albums and stuff at the moment? You're 2 in, 1 in.
Albums?
You on your second album?
No,
Second
that's
Changing
no,
Hearts,
no,
and
no,
still
no.
the first one. Did you reissue the first one on vinyl?
Well,
Is that
well,
what's-
that's it. That's it. You know, we had our songs, and we wanted to sort of also sell them on live gigs, and so we recorded them semi-professionally and just had CDs made. You know, we made them ourselves, and then Trash Wax came along and said, "Yeah, we want to do a record with you guys," and so we recorded them again, you know, properly, and released them. That's it. And that's more or less the same stuff. There was a few others on there.
And that's vinyl.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. You got that with you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Great.
Should we go get it quickly?
Get in my hands.
Hold it.
Yeah, why not?
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's go get it. We can have a chat in the meanwhile. Just trying to get rid of them.
Run, Sam.
That's the right question.
Yeah, good elf. So if people want to buy this album, like, should you go to the record label website? Or
Yes. www.trashwax.com.
Trash Wax.
Trashwax. And that's how it looks like.
Yeah.
It feels great. It's got
It does feel really
it
great.
does feel good.
Yeah, this
And-
is over here now.
Great artwork.
Yeah.
Absolutely. By
Did
Chris,
you do that?
Chris Sick,
No.
a friend from Brighton, who does great graphics for bands.
Chris Sick, his name is. He's
That's it.
doing very great artwork in general.
Good on you, Chris. So I suppose here, when we think of like German music, we sort of like Can and krautrocky stuff, Kraftwerk, all that kind of Iggy Pop, Berlin-y sort of stuff. Is that is that just something from a British point of view that's big? Because we never really think of anything else. Don't think.
Oh, okay, so you mean that's what you think of? If you
Yeah,
think German?
generally, yeah. But there's so much more to it than that.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I guess it is big in Germany too, but
Yeah.
there's also lots of other things going on. Not quite as much as in the UK, I guess, but there is, and it has the same meaning, I guess, to people now in Germany as 70s music in general does really. So it does somehow, but it's not really predominant.
Have you two been in other bands?
I've played in bands since I was 15, so lots of other bands, none
Now
that you've
you're
heard of.
25 now, so
Okay, yeah, there you go.
that's a few.
That's it, yeah. None you've ever heard of, no.
No. But what sort of things were that? Garagey sort of stuff, or just were you in a Bon Jovi type band at any
Yes,
point?
I got a Bon Jovi cover band, and I was John.
John Bond.
John Bon. No, actually, this is my first and only band because I started playing drums very late in my
Career.
in my career. Yes, I mean he taught me, and I've never played it before.
Right.
And but I did play very boring instruments before, like the flute and a little bit of clarinet, but nothing you could use in a garage band. But maybe you could.
We
I
haven't
don't
tried
know.
it really, have
Maybe we should,
Maybe
maybe in a psychedelic thing then, or some
There's
Maybe
a-
that
or maybe
that won't work.
that would work maybe for
some things don't
some-
happen for a reason.
yeah. Yeah, that's yeah. So I didn't.
So just to get all political for a moment, the UK voted to not be part of.
Yeah.
We're gonna just run away from the world. So that might make things a bit harder for like touring bands and stuff like that. I mean, we never got into the Euro, which was dead. It's very handy when you're travelling about Europe, isn't it? Yeah. Are you going to punish us for that in any way? You know, have you got a plan to get your own back? No, that wouldn't be normal. Like,
not yet. But
no. Are you annoyed with us? Do you feel let down, disappointed?
Well, you know, we don't want to punish you. I think I'm quite sad about it. You know, we love Britain, we love UK, and you know, we love the music scene here. We love the crowds here, and I think it's a real shame. And I hope it doesn't affect bands. You know, either way really. You know, continental bands going to England or English bands coming to Europe. I think it's sad, really. You know, we all belong together, don't we?
Yeah.
All right, Edinburgh. Woo! So we came all the way from South Korea today for your satisfaction. Ooh! And there we go, one more time. So is everybody ready for another one? Yes. Yeah! There's no time to go to bed.
We're ready!
It was quite late actually. Maybe this time.
For another one in bed!
For another one in bed.
Yeah!
One more time.
right?
No, I really am.
There's the picture.
What kind of double whiskey would you like?
Oh, high question.
A Hare Krishna.
I read that.